deep in the jungle. In an undisclosed location. Dread Comics is proud to present the 1943 movie serial, The Phantom. The Phantom is an American adventure comic strip, first published by Lee Falk in February 1936. The main character, the Phantom, is a fictional costumed crime fighter who operates from the fictional African country of Bengala. The character has been adapted for television, film and video games. The series began with a daily newspaper strip on February 17, 1936, followed by a color Sunday strip on May 28, 1939. Both are still running as of 2020. In 1966, King Features stated that The Phantom was being published in 583 newspapers worldwide. At its peak, the strip was read by over 100 million people daily. Falk worked on The Phantom until his death in 1999. Since his death, the comic strip has been written by Tony DePaul. Since 2016, it has been drawn by Mike Manley, Monday to Saturday, and, since 2017, Jeff Weigel, Sunday. Previous artists on the newspaper strip include Ray Moore, Wilson McCoy, Bill Ligmant, Cy Berry, George Allison, Keith Williams, Fred Fredericks, Graham Nolan, Eduardo Barreto, Paul Ryan, and Terry Beatty. In the strip, the Phantom was 21st in a line of crime fighters which began in 1536, when the father of British sailor Christopher Walker was killed during a pirate attack. Swearing an oath on the skull of his father's murderer to fight evil, Christopher began a legacy of the Phantom which would pass from father to son. Nicknames for the Phantom include the Ghost Who Walks, Guardian of the Eastern Dark and the Man Who Cannot Die. Unlike many other superheroes, the Phantom has no superpowers. He totally relies on his strength, intelligence and the myth of his immortality to take action against the forces of evil. The 21st Phantom is married to Diana Palmer. They met while he studied in the United States and they had 2 children, Kit and Hello Eyes. He has a trained wolf named Devil and a horse named Hero, and like the 20 previous Phantoms he lives in the ancient Skull Cave. The Phantom was the first fictional hero to wear the skin-tight costume which has become a hallmark of comic book superheroes, and was the first shown in a mask with no visible pupils, another superhero standard. Comics historian Peter Coogan has described the Phantom as a transitional figure, since the Phantom has some of the characteristics of pulp magazine heroes such as the Shadow and the Spider and earlier jungle heroes such as Tarzan, as well as anticipating the features of comic book heroes such as Superman, Batman, and Captain America. After the success of Mandrake the Magician, King Features Syndicate tasked Falk to develop a new feature. His first effort was to write and draw a strip about King Arthur and his knights. When King Features rejected the strip, Falk developed the Phantom, a mysterious, costumed crime fighter. He planned the first few months of the story, and drew the first 2 weeks as a sample. Fascinated by myths and legends, such as King Arthur and El Cid, and the modern fictional characters Zorro, Tarzan and the Jungle Book's Mowgli, Falk envisioned the character as wealthy playboy Jimmy Wells by day and the crime-fighting Phantom by night. During his first story, The Singh Brotherhood, before disclosing that Wells was the Phantom, Falk changed the setting to a jungle and made the Phantom an apparently mortal, mythic figure. Thinking that there were already too many characters called the Phantom, including the Phantom Detective and find a name he liked better and decided to stay with the Phantom. In the A&E American cable TV documentary The Phantom, comic strip Crusader 12, Falk explained that Greek busts inspired him to knit the Phantom's pupils when the character was wearing his mask. He incorrectly believed that ancient Greek busts had no pupils, they were painted on originally and faded with time, which he said gave them an inhuman, awe-inspiring appearance. 9. In an interview for Comic Book Marketplace, Falk said the Phantom's skin-tight costume was inspired by Robin Hood, who wore tights in films and on stage. Falk was a Shakespeare enthusiast and the comic included several references to Shakespeare. These include the third Phantom playing Juliet in the original premiere of Romeo and Juliet, as well as marrying Shakespeare's niece. The Phantom began as a daily strip on February 17, 1936 with the Singh Brotherhood, written by Falk and drawn by him for 2 weeks and then by Ray Moore, assistant to artist Phil Davis on Mandrake the Magician. That year, The Phantom was serialized in the Australian Woman's Mirror. A Sunday Phantom strip was added on May 28, 1939. During World War II, Falk joined the Office of War Information, where he became chief of the Radio Foreign Language Division. Moore also served during the war and left the strip to his assistant, Wilson McCoy. When Moore returned, he worked sporadically on the strip until 1949, when McCoy succeeded him. During McCoy's tenure, The Phantom appeared in thousands of newspapers worldwide and was smuggled by boat into Nazi-occupied Norway during the war. Phantom was a password for the Norwegian resistance movement. McCoy died unexpectedly in 1961. Carmen Infantino and Bill Ligmant, who later drew several Phantom stories for comic books, filled in before a successor was found in Siberia. 21. During Barry's early years, he and Falk modernized the strip, laying the foundation for what is considered the Phantom's modern look. Under Barry, Bengal became a democracy and the character of President La Mandaluyga was introduced. Barry worked on the Phantom for over 30 years until his 1994 retirement, drawing a total of about 11,000 strips. His longtime assistant George Allison remained on the strip as penciler, with Keith Williams inking the daily strip. The Sunday strip was inked by Eric Dosher until Fred Fredericks succeeded him in 1995. Falk continued to script the Phantom and Mandrake until his death on March 13, 1999. His last daily and Sunday strip stories, Terror at the Opera and The Kidnappers, were finished by his wife Elizabeth after her husband pulled off his oxygen mask in the hospital to dictate the storyline. After Falk's death, King Features cooperated with European comic publisher Egmont, publisher of the Swedish Phantom and magazine, which changed from publishing Phantom stories in comic book format to providing the newspaper strip as well, by adapting their own Phantom comic book stories into the strip format. Phantom and writers Tony DePaul and Claes Reimurthy alternated as writers of the newspaper strip after Falk died, with DePaul handling the daily strips and Reimurthy the Sunday ones. DePaul would later become the strip's sole writer. Some stories were adapted from those originally published in Phantom N. In 2000, Allison and Fredericks retired from the Sunday strip. It was continued by comic book artist Graham Nolan, who had drawn 3 Phantom N covers. In early 2005, Allison and Williams left the daily strip after Allison retired, and artist Paul Ryan, who had worked on the Phantom and comic stories and had been a fan of the character since childhood, took over the daily strip. Ryan succeeded Nolan as artist on the Sunday strip in 2007. On July 31, 2011, Eduardo Barreto became the Sunday page artist. He died after only a few months, and Ryan temporarily took over the Sunday page again on January 15, 2012, which featured a memorial to Barreto. Ryan also did the following week's strip, before Terry Beatty became Barreto's replacement. Ryan died at his home unexpectedly on March 7, 2016. Mike Manley succeeded Ryan as artist on the Phantom, beginning with a strip dated May 30, 2016. Beatty stepped down as Sunday artist in 2017, and was replaced by Jeff Weigel. The Phantom is a 1943 Columbia Pictures 15-chapter black-and-white cliffhanger superhero serial, produced by Rudolph C. Flatow, directed by Reeves Eason, and starring Tom Tyler in the title role. It is based on Lee Falk's comic strip The Phantom, first syndicated to newspapers in 1936 by King Features Syndicate. The serial also features Jeanne Bates as the Phantom's girlfriend Diana Palmer, and Ace the Wonder Dog as the Phantom's trusty German Shepherd Devil, who is a wolf in the original comic strip. Professor Davidson plans an expedition to find the lost city of Zoloz. The location of the city is contained on 7 pieces of ivory, 3 of which Davidson already possesses. Dr. Bremmer, however, intends to find the lost city and use it as a secret airbase for his unnamed country. To remove him as an obstacle, He kills the Phantom, only for his recently returned son, Geoffrey Prescott, to inherit the family identity and take over the mantle of the Phantom. 3 of the remaining ivory pieces are owned by Singapore Smith, who initially steals Davidson's pieces. The 7th, and most important, piece is missing at first but turns up in the possession of Tartar, which the Phantom acquires by wrestling Tartar's pet gorilla. The Phantom starred Tom Tyler as both Geoffrey Prescott and the Phantom. Jeanne Bates would play Diana Palmer. Like most serials, the Phantom had a low budget. Most of the serial was filmed in the Hollywood Hills, which doubled as the African jungle. For the serial, the Phantom's real name is Geoffrey Prescott. In the comic strip, his real name had not yet been introduced. 1. The Phantom's real name was eventually introduced into the comic strip as Kit Walker. The Phantom tells Singapore Smith to call him Walker when he covers his costume with a hat, dark glasses, and an overcoat so he can enter civilization unobtrusively. And now, Dread Comics is proud to present The Phantom 1943 serial. Chapter 4, The Seat of Judgment.
Fearing that Professor Davidson and his associates will learn of his secret plans, Dr. Bremmer has his men capture the expedition. The Phantom comes to the rescue and gives battle to the enemy, when suddenly...
Natives. Stop. And this one will take care of the Phantom. We gave the natives a slip, all right. Don't shoot! Me, Grogan! What's the idea of taking a shot at me? How'd I know it was you? Well, we gotta get out of here. We'll head back for Saipan and tell Bremmer the Phantom's dead.
He's certainly gonna be madder than a hornet when he hears we didn't get those keys from Davidson.
How could we get him when he didn't have them?
Wait! We can't leave the Phantom like this.
What, my dear?
He saved us and we have no right to run away. Come on, Byron, let's go back and help him.
Get ourselves killed?
All right, I'll go myself.
Master! Master!
I was afraid they might kill you.
Remember the legend? The Phantom is the man who never dies. Again, we have to thank you for it. Right now, you must get to a place of safety.
Oh, where do you suggest we go?
Come to Tonga Village. From there, I can...
Nonsense. It'd be safer to return to Saipan.
That's too far from here to make it without supplies or porters. He's right, Byron. Follow me. What are your plans now, Professor?
Frankly, I don't know. I'm undecided whether it's worthwhile to go on without our map.
What map?
We had 6 pieces of ivory known as keys, which when formed into a map, show the location of the Lost City of Zoloz.
Yeah, that fellow Prescott hadn't stolen it, we wouldn't be in this quandary.
Who is Prescott?
He was the fourth member of our party. He stole the keys and disappeared the night before we left Savannah.
What makes you so sure that this Prescott was a thief?
He and the keys disappeared at the same time.
Even so, I don't believe Geoffrey stole them.
An honest man wouldn't have left so suddenly without saying a word.
Are you certain he didn't leave you a message explaining why he went away?
I inquired about that at the hotel and was told he positively hadn't.
But I still think you were wrong to have Singapore Smith swear out a warrant for his arrest.
Master, it is time to judge the 3 white men who attacked the expedition.
Bring them before the seat of judgment, that they may have a fair and open trial. Why did you attack the expedition? Answer me.
We were paid to do it.
Who hired you?
Guy from Saipanna. His name is Andy Chris.
Why did he want you to assault the professor's expedition?
He didn't tell us and we didn't ask. Why don't you stop gabbing and throw the book at us?
Very well, here's my judgment. You shall be set free presently to return to Saipanna. But if you ever again enter this section of the jungle, your lives will be forfeited to the Tonga tribe. Guards, these prisoners will be taken to Saipanna Trail and released.
Why, he's almost a king, with power of life and death.
Master, was it wise to free those men?
Yes, Suba. I'm certain they'll lead me to the man who's in back of all this. That's why I'm leaving for Saipanna.
Saipanna?
I must find the man who paid those hirelings to assault the Davidson expedition.
Suba understands.
Good. I won't be gone for long. Oh, the guests. I'll leave them in your care. You needn't say where I've gone.
And you say you're positive the Phantom is dead?
No one could come out of that explosion alive.
But you failed to get the keys from Davidson.
I told you I searched every one in his expedition, and none of them had anything that even looked like them.
I can't understand that. Long saw Singapore Smith give them to Davidson at the hotel.
Maybe the old crook double-crossed the professor and stole them back later on.
Well, I hadn't thought of that. Oh, come in, Count. Count Salento, meet Andy Chris.
Hello. Hi.
Chris is the man I sent out to convince Davidson it would be unwise for his expedition to continue.
Did the professor accept your advice?
I think we stopped him from any further desire to go into the jungle.
I have some good news also. The munitions arrived safely and can be picked up at the warehouse.
That's fine. Chris, get your boys together and pick the stuff up at the warehouse tonight. Get them into the jungle right away and start arousing the natives.
Right.
Who is it?
The Phantom, Rusty.
Well, come in. Well, what are you doing in Saipanna and why in this disguise?
There's someone here in town anxious to get rid of the Phantom and stir up the natives. That's why I came in this outfit. And the name is Walker.
Mr. Walker, at your service. Now, who do you suspect?
Well, maybe I'll be able to tell you about that later. Meanwhile, I want to leave Devil here with you, while I pay that thieving Smith a surprise visit.
All right, I'll take care of the dog.
Devil, you stay with Rusty. See you later.
You bet, and a lot of good luck. Come in.
I hope I'm not intruding, Mr. Smith.
Who are you? What do you want?
My name is Walker. I'd like to have a look in your safe.
Certainly. I'm always glad to open my safe for strangers.
Now, will you open the safe? And keep your trap shut.
All right. There's the money.
Lay it on the floor. Take everything out and put it down beside the money.
Have another one, Larker. It's on the house.
I'll take a rain check. I got to go in and talk to Singapore.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll go in with you.
Insurance policies.
Put them down.
Hope Singapore's in a good humor.
I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. He's had a grouch on all day.
Well, there's everything I've got in the safe. Now take what you want and get out.
You haven't shown me what I came after yet. Take out that little box.
Just what did you come after, mister? Take off those blinkers and maybe you can see what I've got in my hand.
Oh!
Where's my gun? I'll go after him.
Better not. He's a tough baby. Anyway,
Where's the guy and where'd he come for?
I don't know. I never saw him before. Anyway, he didn't get anything.
Back your cart in here, Marson. We'll get the stuff out. All right, boys. This is it. Everything marked canned goods. Fumigating room. Danger.
All right, boys, let's get this stuff out.
Hey, who uses this room?
Trusty Fenton fumigates his furs in here.
Nice looking skins.
Come on, give me a hand.
Yeah.
What's the matter, boy?
Well, that's what I call service, Trusty.
And does devil know your footsteps?
Hiya, fella.
How'd you come out?
No luck.
Better sit down and have some supper.
Might as well. Say, what do they keep in that old warehouse at the edge of the clearing, Rusty?
Almost everything, I guess. I've got some furs there myself. Why?
Oh, I saw some fellows carrying out boxes and loading them on an ox cart.
At this time of night?
Yeah. That's why it struck me as funny.
Say, those furs of mine are valuable. I better get over there and see if they're all right.
Okay, I'll go with you. No, Devil, you stay here. We'll be right back.
Furs they're loading.
Now, what are you trying to do? Kill me?
Oh, shut up. Those guns ain't loaded.
No, but if this crate was loaded with dynamite...
Well, I wouldn't have dropped it. Come on, grab a hold. Let's get this load of rifles out of here.
Rifles, eh? I've seen those men before. They're members of a group that's trying to destroy the peace of the jungle.
They'll do it, too, if they ever get guns to those natives.
It's up to me to see if they don't. From here on, I work as a phantom. Rusty, you slip around and cover the men at the cart. I'll get into the warehouse and cover the others.
All right.
get all this stuff in one cart. I'll say we won't. With a little luck, we can make 3 trips this week.
Hold it. Get your hands up high.
Stop where you are. Reach! Bring him in, Rusty.
Come on.
Come here, Rusty, and take the guns.
Wait. You'll arouse the townspeople. We'll get rid of them the quiet way.
Where's the other guy? He's out cold.
Now all you gotta do is turn that little valve. I guess that'll take care of him. All right, boys, let's finish loading and get out of here.
Who'll be able to stop Dr. Bremmer now? And what will become of the Davidson safari? Don't fail to see The Ghost Who Walks, the next thrill-packed episode of The Phantom at this theater next week.